It has been a while since my last Anichess video, and since the website has finally been published, it's time to finally post another video. Disclaimer, this video was recorded before the official publishing date. There may be some differences between the video content and the current version of the website. E4. For those of you watching Anichess for the first time, please feel free to pause the video right now to read the text to understand all the UI on the screen. E5. I'll open up the center. There were 9 spells to choose from, and after all of those losses, I came to the conclusion that the higher cost spells are much better than the lower cost ones, or at least they suit my playstyle more. Any of these spells can deliver a fatal attack on its own. He takes d4. c3. He doesn't take. Bishop c5. Knight f6. He's provoking me to attack his knight. There may be some suspicious plans here. But of course, I'm not a coward. d5. I'll take. After the game I figured that this was a really bad move because I'm allowing him to get a very strong clump of pawns, which is very dangerous because he happened to pick the house recruit spell, creating a pawn out of thin air. I can be attacked with a massive pawn storm right here. D takes e5. I'll give a check. Bishop e6. Alright. Here we go. I'll use the imposter spell to swap my bishop with his. Since I am the only one having the imposter spell, he cannot reverse it. And he used the spell that let his pawn move diagonally and completely blocked my queen. I didn't think of that. Okay, retreats. Saving the bishop, taking a pawn, and preventing him from creating a pawn on d3, killing 3 birds with 1 elephant. He used the shot in the dark spell to make his bishop disappear. Wait. Why? So as far as I can see, there is physically only one possible move for his bishop. Had him taken my pawn, it would have already disappeared as well. And it is physically impossible for the pontiff to jump over his pawn. And even if he decided to not move his bishop, he would still have to move something else to end his turn. Therefore, knight takes d2. What just happened? So at this point I asked my opponent what is going on. He said that the shot in the dark spell allows the user to keep the invisible piece at the same place, and also end the turn without having to move anything else. Well then, I didn't know about that. King f8. I mean, it's fine, the game is still very much alive. I also learned that shot in the dark now cannot be casted on queens. It seems the devs are secretly reading my comments section and are actually listening to your feedbacks. We can still win this. Queen takes f6. Rook d1. We are ready for a massive trade, which should theoretically benefits me because I can turn pawns into knights. He refused. But that blunders a bishop. Castle. Queen takes c3. Ha! Finally, some official advantage. Bishop f4. Aha! You know what? That blunders a king. Queen to e8. And I sacrificed the queen. Rook takes c8 is kinda forced. I use the imposter spell, switching the position of my rook with his rook. Ha! Back crank checkmate in 1. And I didn't think about that. I never thought that a pawn can be on the first rank. How will it move from there though? And now instead of him blundering his king, it turned out that it's actually me blundering everything. Resignation. You know what? I'm not convinced. Rematch. Alright, this is my first time ever picking the shot in the dark spell. Losing to this spell for too many times, I think it is finally time I accept that it is the strongest of them all. e4, e6. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of the French opening, but d4 regardless. d5. Advanced French. f6. Aha. I'm not going to take that. f4. Bishop d3 might have been a better move, but since my opponent has house recruit, creating pawns out of thin air, it should be better if I can push some pawns to balance out the number of active pawns in case he chooses to use the spell. F takes c5. I'll take with the d pawn. He creates a pawn on f6. That should be good for me. Now his mana gauge is very low. I'll try to make progress as fast as possible. Knight c6. Here we go. Queen to h5 check. All of my spells are very strong at attacking kings. The only downside is that they cost a lot of mana, so it's very difficult to come up with a nasty combo. But if we can maneuver a good continuous attacking sequence, it is 100% absolutely possible. g6. Bishop takes g6. He doesn't have any mana. There is no counterplay. Pawn slide diagonally backward. Okay, I don't see why he did that. King d7. Queen time. Move a selected piece like a queen once during your turn. Bishop pretends to be queen, and captures the king. Ha! That was fast. Another day, another draw. It's reading comments time. Well, 100% times minus 100% time minus 100% is actually 1,000,000% win rate. You know, I would be inclined to argue that the math equals 1,000,000%. Isn't it like 1,000,000% win rate? You know what? Math isn't that important in life. You guys can still find good jobs with high payments that don't require any mathematical skills. Just remember to never give up. When are they adding anti-chess simp? If you reveal your drawback you lose the game. I'm about to ask them to add a I am chess simp button. If opponent admits to being your viewer, you win the game. I destroy at 175 elo. I'm very happy for you. Your math is wrong. It's not 100% win rate, it's 100% win rate to the power of 3. You know what? You are actually right. But permabanned.